Coming at you from the road on the way to Ocala, and we've just run into some traffic because there's a car crash ahead. This is pretty cool. Never done one of these before. Certainly from the road, I am not a believer in distracted driving, but if you've driven this stretch of highway, you know it's pretty boring and not a lot going on, except for the fire trucks coming up behind me. So I just wanted to chat with you and have a couple topics on my mind and talk about travel day. That's when you get into the rig and you are traveling to your destination. Let me flip this around so you guys can see what's going on up here. Sorry, this wasn't planned right here. It's kind of cool. I hope everybody's okay. There was a crash going the opposite direction, and I thought when I saw them come on the, and this guy's going to try and beat the traffic, of course. Get them free. I thought they were headed the southbound direction, and this clearly is not the case here. So I had a couple of topics on my mind about travel day. That's when I get into a van and get. I'll let the camera point that way. I should be able to kind of scan and see questions. Hi, Peggy. And I'll be very careful here because I was planning on just cruising along at 65 miles an hour, and that's pretty easy. This is a bit of a distraction here. Hope they're okay. If you've driven in Florida at all, on the Atlantic coast side from about Jupiter, Florida on Interstate 95, south to Miami, you know that Florida, I think, has some of the most disrespectful, impatient, rudest drivers and the most unsafe on the planet. And that's saying something, having traveled 5 years in my van, now 123,000 miles, let me tell you. So travel day, I was going to talk about some planning thoughts and a stop. This is kind of cool. Talk about taking a stop. That would include getting some food, maybe using the toilet. Do we do it in the van or in the rest area? And then taking a rest. So I just left a travel rest stop area where I got a little bite of food. And yeah, this is going to be interesting up here. And I took a power nap in my van. And whoa, that guy's going that way. Holy cow. Let me spin this. Which way is he going? I guess he went that way. So now we're at a complete standstill. These responders have been coming for a while, about 10 minutes up the road. So we're right at the front of the action here. I'll spin this around. Let me know if you have any questions. Hi, Scott. Drive safe. Yeah, thanks, Roger and Jane. Oh, look, we got this dog looking out the window at me. He's so funny. Yeah, here comes another one on the right. Let me turn this around so you can see what's going on. It rained earlier, but this stretch of the turnpike in Florida goes up to central Florida is so dangerous because it's only 2 lanes and it is people literally are flying. The speed limit is 70. I go 69, trying to keep my RPMs at 2,000 for fuel economy. So I'm either with a trucker or following or just in front of him, her driving, so that I can have a pace car. But these people just fly by 80, 85 miles an hour, hardly doing anything but driving. They've got this block. It looks like we're going to go around on my side. Live from the road. Pretty cool. Hopefully nobody got seriously hurt. We'll find out. It is No wonder, if you have driven your van at all, you know when you look down into the cab of other vehicles. Ooh, we got one in the ditch. This might have been one of those that flew by. I think it's a Tesla. Let's see. Um, is it upside down? I can't tell. Oh, I see a civilian standing by the car, so that's probably good. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit so you can see what's happening. We're in a standstill-ish. This guy's gonna cut in front of me. Thanks, buddy. That's one thing I think COVID taught us all is how to be super selfish. I don't know. Blame it on COVID. Why not? Everybody else did and was. Thank you, first responders. Thank you, firemen and women. Oh, yeah, that's not a good one at all. Ooh. I count 1, 2, 3 vehicles. That one is smashed. Oh my God. From behind. Yeah, that's pretty bad. See some gurneys out, airbags deployed. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Ooh, that car did flip over. Grass on the roof. Oh man, that's bad news. Hopefully nobody's seriously injured. They're all kind of focused around the middle vehicle there. I'm serious, a heart attack. People just don't give a crap anymore when they're driving. I drive. I'm doing a YouTube live from the road. Was to meet. Um, complain about distracted driving, but um, okay. Let's see if there's a few quick questions as we kind of come up to speed. Roads of Life wants to know what do you do on the first day of travel, assuming you start from home? Do you prep a meal on that first day and just stop and eat? So, good question. I've just started. I've got 2.5 hours to go. I've left home base, West Palm Beach. I'm headed to Ocala. Why Ocala? Because tomorrow is our giddy up in Ocala, Banbury with Sunshine State RV. So it's a pretty good haul. It's about 4 hours altogether, including a stop to go potty. I don't really prepare food. I might have something in the fridge that I might halfway stop, stretch my legs, and it's going to be kind of like snack food. So it's like carrots and um, maybe some like deli ham, something like that. But I don't get a huge meal set to eat while on the road. I don't like eating when I'm driving because when I drive, I like to drive unless I'm doing a YouTube live. So, and I usually stop about every, like this is almost a 4 hour drive. So I stopped early in because I was pretty tired and I wanted to do this YouTube live and kind of get it staged up. But I would stop probably every hour or prior 2 hours just to stretch my legs. Good question. This guy's going the speed limit of 55. And this guy's coming up behind us doing 85. I just love these people. This guy right here in the red car, he's very impatient. A lot of people on the southbound checking out the crash. We'll get around this guy. And then we will go back to this. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's what I do on that. Yeah, that was a pretty bad accident. I don't think there's a time I'm not on the road in the city or on the highway these days where I don't pass an accident or a disabled car. It's just amazing. So some planning thoughts I had was start with a full tank of gas. I stopped at Costco today. It was $3.09, which is about 20 cents less expensive than the other cheapest gas in town. And so I'll start with a full fuel tank. I kind of planned my navigation. Which route am I taking? I've taken this road many times, so kind of knew what I was getting into. If I'm not in a hurry, which I am today, I would take a back road. But if you've driven Central Florida, it's the back roads are pretty awesome, but it almost doubles the amount of time. At least adds an hour. Roads of Life asked about food. I just make sure I have something in the fridge if I need to stop here. I grabbed a slice of Hawaiian pizza. That'd be pineapple and Canadian bacon. Just something really easy. I'm actually going to go grocery shopping probably in the morning before the Vanlife gets rolling. What I'd like to do on that. Let's see if we got any questions here. So Peggy's saying they're coming to the Vanlife tomorrow. That's so great. And only adds about 15 minutes, which is great. Yeah, not so much coming from the south. You're kind of coming from the almost the same area. So when I do stop, I would probably make myself some food, or in this case, run in and get a slice of pizza. And in that case, I used the toilet. Most times I use the toilet in my van. Why? Just because it's in my van. It's, clean. It's not smelly. It's my toilet. But in this case, I was going in to get the food, and so I just opted for that. We're headed to an RV resort that has full hookup, so I can fill my tank to my heart's content, and then empty it before I leave. That's how we do that. The bad weather. Let me talk about bad weather. So it was raining pretty good on the way up, and again, I'm not the fast one on the road. I'm doing 65. I'm at miles per hour. I'm at 1900 RPMs. My instant fuel economy is saying 14. This is pretty flat freeway, topographical wise. But when it was raining, and I watch out for drivers that do not have their lights on, which is a law here in Florida, but weirdly, where it rains a lot, nobody turns their damn lights on. I have my lights on all the time. In fact, I've noticed my headlight has burned out again. I'm going to have that whole headlight assembly replaced because I just changed that light bulb 5-6 weeks ago. So in bad weather, I just slow down. It'll leave more room between me and the person ahead of me. The tailgating in this part of Florida is absolutely the worst in the country. And ever since I got rear-ended in Texas in April of 2023, I am really to a road rage point of hypersensitivity to people tailgating me. And so I'm just always really watching what they're doing behind me and in front of me in bad weather, leaving even more space between me and the car ahead of me. If it's really bad rain and I can scan the weather really fast, what I do is look for some place to pull over, and I will wait it out, not on the side of the road, but maybe exit, find a gas station, parking lot, something like that, where I can wait out the rain event. Because I don't like driving in bad weather. I don't like driving at dark. Around here, it gets dark around 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it's light at about 7 a.m. Eastern time. So I don't drive at dusk. I don't drive at dawn. 2 reasons. Number one, I like to see the scenery around me. It's kind of the point of van travel. I am super nervous about deer strikes. And if you've ever kind of watched what time of day they're floating around the roads, it's at dusk and dawn, and they blend in really good. I've never had a deer strike. But that's one reason I put a guard on the front of my van. Some people, like Mike and Janice, they actually struck a deer in their Travato, smashed it pretty good, and they were out of commission in their van for a couple of months, if I remember right. It was a bad strike, but not catastrophic. So they were able. It was in the front, obviously, so they were able to kind of get back on the road. So that's what I do on bad weather. I've been some weather where in Arizona, going up over a mountain pass, it actually was hailing so badly it was stacking up like snow. There again, I pulled over. This is near what was it, Sedona, and it was really kind of scary. The rain, it was really blowing like crazy. So I just again pulled over, and would recommend people do the same thing. If is a safe place to pull over and just wait out the storm cell that's passing overhead. Frankly, if I gotta sit on the side of the road safely off the road for an hour, make a meal, I don't know, take a snooze, do some work. We're in a van, so we can do whatever we want. That's pretty cool. I get asked a lot of times about wind. I've never been in a windstorm in the van. There are some stretches of the interstate, certainly out west, like in California and Nevada, where there's big signs about windstorms and what to do. I've never been in one, dust storm, and so I've never really had to experience that, thank goodness. And if it's strong winds, I always have two hands on the wheel, and that was nice. A bird just pooped on the windshield. Jeez. And right, so why is it always in the driver view, right? Why not over here? And so I just have two hands on the wheel. I just kind of expect it. If you've ever been passed by a semi going pretty fast, that's what a side wind gust kind of feels like. Just a little bit of a jostling of the van, but nothing really to get too worked up about. For me, winds are kind of a pain in the rear. If it's a headwind, because then the van downshifts and you're really driving, it's driving in fifth gear at about, what, 2,500 RPMs? Because the gear ratio between 5 and 6 is really narrow, so it downshifts at the slightest bit of incline or a little bit of headwind. Now, if you get tailwind, that's nice, because now I can go faster with less pressure on the accelerator, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of the worst weather I've been in, and there's an app called Drive Weather that an audience friend clued me into. So if you're kind of route planning, I want to see what the weather is like across your route. Check out, pretty sure that's what the name of it is, Bad Weather or Drive Weather. Drive Weather. It's got a black and white icon on it. Really, Daniel? Bird pooping on my vehicle in motion is good. I will take it because we're having a great time at the Vanlife starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. But the worst weather, I remember distinctly because of what I was trying to do, and was a big boo-boo. I would recommend not doing what I did, which is try to outrun a storm cell. I saw it coming. I was at the Confederate, it was Jefferson Davis house. It was in Alabama, I think, down by Mobile, something like that. Jefferson Davis was the first president of the Confederacy, right? And I saw the storm cell coming to where I was parked. I actually went in to go see the house. It was pretty interesting, old Victorian house. And I saw the weather alert, and I'm like, I'm going to get out of here and try and race ahead of it. Bad idea, even though, the storm is coming about 50 miles an hour. So look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's going even faster. Oh my God, not funny. I'm going the speed limit. The storm kind of began to overtake me, and it was pretty windy, and the rain. What I did is I pulled over in a Walmart parking lot, and just was going to wait out the storm. This is the first time doing that deliberately. The lesson I learned is don't try and outrun a storm cell, because they're usually trucking pretty fast, 40, 50 miles an hour. And when I got to the Walmart lot, what I did not do and will now do, given the same circumstances, is go collect all the orphaned shopping carts around me before the wind and bad weather really kick up. Because when I was in that Walmart parking lot, I parked well away from the store, but there was a number of orphaned shopping carts. And when that 50-mile-an-hour wind hit, it moved those carts around like remote control cars. And there was a empty car parked a few spaces over from me. And this shopping cart came flying by, probably doing, pick a number, 15 miles an hour. That's probably too fast. 10 miles an hour, because the wind was pushing and got a little bit of momentum on it, and it hit the side of the car. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad it hit that car and not mine, because mine's a little bit bigger got a little more girth to her. And so that's what I would do next time, is not outrun the storm, park, look for the orphaned shopping carts, put them in the corrals so it doesn't damage my vehicle or other vehicles. We got a nice group in here. So hopefully you're coming to the Vanlife, some of you. We've had a lot of fun lately. let's see. Looking, did you ever plan coming up north to New York? Maybe Saratoga says fair. Yes, I maybe this year, toward the end of the year, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of hitting the West Coast this year, which I haven't, or the mountain states go up through Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, into Oregon. I'm not really sure yet, but I don't want to be in the Northeast in cold weather, which really starts in early November. So we'll see. But no, I've not been to any of the Northeast in the van yet. So I cannot quit van life until I get up there. So that's my safety. For keep me in van life, right? So let's see. Let me just kind of show what the road looks like. It's really flat and uninteresting, and so that's why I chose to do this at this point. Let me flip this back around. So, question from Fair, we talked about, Roads of Life wants to know, what is your average mile per gallon, and do you tend to go under over speed limits? Under, for sure, because if I tried to actually do the speed limit, I'm getting to that point where I'd have to downshift, and then it wrecks my fuel economy. So right now I'm at 66 miles an hour. I'm at 2,000 RPMs, and the instant fuel economy is between 14 and 15. So that's what I like. I'm in kind of a hurry, but not a particular hurry, and I'm more interested in saving the gas. Now, let me upshift and hit 70, and so the upshift goes to 3,000 RPMs, and I'm going to hit 7,000 an hour, which is the speed limit. I'll hit 70, so I'm just at 70. Let upshift to 6, and now my RPMs are 2,200. The instant fuel economy is still 14, but if there's just the slightest little, it's already coasted down to 68 miles per hour. So again, if I want to stay at 70, it's going to want to keep downshifting. So I just kind of, not in a hurry, 1,900 RPMs. That's kind of what I like to be hanging at. And then everybody can just pass me as fast as they want, which is all the time. I'll wait for some speed races. I'll keep an eye on you, because again, I'm just at the speed limit. I saw a question about Wingham. So Peggy saying it's pouring pretty hard. Thumbs up. Yeah, thumb up, everybody. So AC, I have had a little bit of communication with them. Is it still going? Yeah. So a deposit holder for the Wingham OAC 540.1 sent me the email he received from them. They had a big price increase from like 150 some thousand to 180 some thousand, and pretty big, kind of, even though they kind of advertised that for a couple of years, probably not unexpected. They're just it's just a really huge lift. It's a really very different rig, and to do it the way they're trying to do it is a big project. So we hope them with the best of success. Somebody give me a thumb up. They're still live. Appreciate that. It's hard to see. But I wish them the best. It will change everything if they can get that done and get it over. When they get that done and get it over here. And they have assured me that when there's big news, that they'll be reaching out to Go Small, Live Large. I can't tell if this is still going. The counter is counting, so Dad's trying to call him. He's on my list too. Dad, we're doing a YouTube live. Thank you, Roads of Life. Appreciate that. Let's see, what are the things that I want to talk with you about? Didn't want to make a long session about this. Just want to kind of catch you all on a Sunday afternoon. Next weekend is the Super Bowl, and we're headed to the Giddy Up on Ocala Vanbury camp out with Sunshine State RVs. A bunch of you are going. Totally sold out. I'm so happy. We got another one in a couple weeks, Peace, Love, and Vans. Totally sold out for that as well. They're expecting close to 500 vans. Glad to be part of that as well. And then we are doing another Vanbury in Bisbee, Arizona. Let's see, this is February, March. What are we doing in March? Oh yeah, we're doing Lukenbach, the Vanbury and Lukenbach. So if you want to do a camp out with me and us, all the van friends, Van Bees, go to my website, Go Small Live Large, and you can check out the information there on the Texas Hill Country Vanbury. And then if you're a part of our Patreon True Believers family, we've got a secret location for the eclipse in Texas that we're doing on Sunday the 7th of April. That's the day before the eclipse. The eclipse is midday on Monday the 8th, so pretty excited about that. Let me just see if there's any more questions. Let me add some emoji. Let me know if you have what your travel day is like. Let's see if we can. What do you prepare for? One thing on travel day 2, unless I'm really in familiar territory in a long stretch of highway. Oh my God, this guy needs a suspension change. Let's see if you see him bouncing. Not really from that angle. Is fuel tank. So I don't get below a half a tank of gasoline if I don't really know where the next stop would be or where what the road ahead. Certainly if I'm going up a mountain pass, something like that, I don't ever travel with less than a half tank of gasoline in unknown territories. So that'll be another travel day tip for you. And it's also a good time just to stretch your legs, right? And if you're trying to save a few bucks on the gasoline, I would recommend using the Travel Buddy or Gas Buddy is the app, Gas Buddy. It's free, and there's a paid version, I think. And we'll find the least expensive gasoline in your area. We'll go for just a few more minutes. And let's see. Can't wait for Peace, Love, and Vans. Yeah, totally agree with you, Roads. Are you going to be there for that, huh? That's cool. That might be our first time camping out. Kyle and I were planning last night. He's actually, I think, going to join for the Texas Hill Country in his rig. So we're trying to make some travel plans, travel together, and be with some of you, which is really awesome. So let me. So Rubs of Life say they make food for the first day, freeze, and then lots of meals for easy prep. And we take some fresh fruit as well. Yeah, you kind of do what I do. I kind of grow the grocery usually every few days. I don't keep a lot of pantry food, a few frozen items. Because I'm not boondocking in the mountains for a couple weeks on end, so there's usually a grocery store or something pretty near me. Unfortunately, I guess this is a good thing. The got hurt too badly. Man, their cars were smashed though. He has an Embassy RV. Congratulations, sir. We have enough storage in our Embassy to pack for both hot and cold weather, so that's good. Here's some guy pulled over to go potty. Just get an RV, sir. I see it so often. I get it if you got the little kids, right? They can't hold it. It's just amazing how many times I see an adult pull on the side, scamper off into the brush, do whatever it is they're doing, and then they scamper back into their car, and then they zip by me. It's always pretty funny. One more comment here. Let's see. Kyle, I should make a special tribute at the Ocala RV show. I'm going to be there as part of some brand duties with Sunshine, with Rover Vans, with Embassy. And I think he's coming to that. There's kind of overnight camping in the parking lot. So it looked like he's going to do that. And they're going to lead the Ocala RV show and head directly west to Texas. We got about, 7 to 10 days to do that. So to travel together really for the first time, other than just flopping around Florida, that'll be a first. So his rig's pretty cool. I've met a few travelers where they have his and hers hers and his. Never about hers and hers rigs. The one that was pretty funny was I can't remember if she was in a Class C or the van or the other way around, but one of them couldn't stand the small space. Hello, Kyle, can't stand the van. So we got himself a B+. Yes, hi, Lyle. It's very quiet Sunday afternoon, so this is what I was expecting, and that's why we're doing this. I'm really not a proponent of distracted driving, but this is a super boring stretch of Florida. Other than the excitement back there, this is what it's like, and it goes on forever. It seems like I've got 2 hours to go, 143 miles. Probably about 50 miles outside of Orlando. So let me just see if there's a little bit here. Otherwise, we'll sign off. I've got a new video posting tonight. It is of the 4 big things I think Winnebago needs to fix in the new floor plan, the new 59G floor plan. It's been out for a few years now. And I have on good authority that they're making some changes in 2025. Oh my God, I'm actually going 72 miles an hour. The cellular's not awesome through here. All right, folks, so watch for that. It's dropping at 5:50 p.m. Eastern, and until we see you soon, I'm driving safely. You do too, please. We'll see many of you at the Vanlife tomorrow in Ocala, Florida. Journey on, and peace be with you. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.